When I was racing pro, it was everything. It was probably 95% of my life.
Doug Henry was my all-time hero. Always was the guy I looked up to because he was always so happy, always charged so hard.
After turning pro in 1988, Doug Henry quickly became a crowd favorite on the motocross circuit. Henry won national championships in '93 and '94. In '95, at a race at Budds Creek, Maryland, Henry went soaring over a jump, landing in the flat and shattering a vertebrae in his back.
As he's getting hauled off, everyone's like, oh man, Doug's, he's hurt bad, and he's just giving everyone thumbs up, broken back and all.
When you fall or you're in a serious injury, it's like you wiggle your fingers and toes. And if you can do that, you know you're gonna be okay. Whatever else you can fix.
Doctors performed experimental surgery and told Henry to never ride motorcycles again. But it wasn't long before he returned to racing.
He broke his back one year, he missed the next year, he comes back and he breaks both wrists the year after, then the year after that he wins the championship.
Henry later won gold in Supermoto at XGames 2005.
Time to stop, savor, and win for Henry.
Supermoto was a lot of fun for me. It was like motocross, but not as brutal on the body. Until that one day.
In 2007, while practicing for a race in Florida, Henry lost control and was pinned between his bike and a concrete barrier.
I knew it. I knew it right there. It was, there's no wiggling of the toes. You just think about all the things that you've done and all the things you're going to miss out on. And I cried. It was tough. It was really, really tough thinking of the kids. I think that was the first thing that came to mind, was walking my daughter down the aisle.
When we first got the call from my dad's accident, Ian and I both kind of looked at each other and we both knew something bad had happened, but we didn't know how bad it was.
When you've been hurt so many times in your career, you've had doctors tell you this many times, things aren't going to be the same. I was saying to myself, maybe that's the case for most people, but I'm going to figure out a way to walk again. And there just became a day when I just said, you know what, it's not that I'm never going to walk again, it's just that I want to get back to doing the things that I wanted to do. Farming, riding bicycles, riding dirt bikes, just being myself. The first day back on the motorcycle after my injury, it was scary. I took off and big smile on my face, and then that quickly disappeared when I said, now what? I can't stop. I didn't really get that connection with the bike, and as that grew, it just gets better every time.
After getting comfortable back on his bike, Henry headed to Travis Pastrana's house.
I never wanted to backflip a bike. That's another sport, that's not me. Until you go to Travis Pastrana's house, and that's kind of like a thing, you can't leave without doing a backflip, so.
But he's like, think I can backflip? And I sat down and did a flip, and I'm like, Doug, not with that roll cage, man, you gotta lean back. He said, I'm gonna try anyway.
How are you feeling about this? I feel pretty good. I actually think I'm gonna make it most of the way around.
Sure enough, second try, gets around the wheels. He's like, that's cool.
Yeah!
Seriously?
Way to prove me wrong, man.
Oh, it's fun. Second time I did it, it was perfect. And after that, I said, I don't need to do it again. I just did it perfect, so I'm good.
He's super competitive still, and it's awesome to see that the thing that he's wanted to do his entire life, he's still doing it.
I still get nervous because I'm one of the people riding with him now. If he falls the wrong way, he could get hurt worse than that I already did, so it scares me.
There's a price to pay to feel that adrenaline. There's a price to pay to get that feeling of life, of being on the edge, and sometimes you got to pay a price for that feeling.
He's in his natural zone on the track, just him and the bike, and they're just going, and he's not in a wheelchair. Nothing could hold him back from what he wants to do.